before they could lie down after eating, men of the city, Sodomites, men of Sodom, surrounded the house from boy to old man, all the people in mob. They kept going out to Lot. Where are the men who came into you tonight? Bring them out to us. We want to sodomize them. We call that sodomy now. Sodomy is, as I've talked about in my Let's Talk Sodomy shows, is not just, the homosexual act of anal sex. It's attempting to sodomize someone against their will, right? Like right here. This is the original account. This is what defines sodomy right here. So they weren't just like hitting on the angels and, hoping they'd come around and then they mutually sodomize each other, right? No, they're coming in to get them. They want to take them and forcefully rape them. And that's sodomy. Although, it's come to mean something a little bit different today, but pretty much goes back to this place and more or less means the same thing, right? The anal part, because they're men. And the men of the city are coming to them. So we know that anal's involved, which is not normal. Doesn't work, and it's very bad for you. There's nothing good that comes from it. So if any of you homos and sodomites want to try to convince me otherwise, I'm here. I'll listen. But, I don't ever get anyone trying to convince me that sodomy is a good thing. That's something it'd be like good to practice. So it's presented in a bad light here as well. And that's what Lot tells him. He says, don't do that. Don't be sodomites. You don't know you're sodomites yet, but you're now going to be known for this act right here. Don't do it. It's going to be world famous one day. And he says, please, I have 2 daughters who've never had intercourse with a man. Let me bring them to you. Then do them as good in your eyes. Only to these men do not do a thing, because they come under my roof, right? This isn't rape. This is in a culture and a time and a place, in many places today, where the father has ownership of his daughters to give them away. That's what's happening here. This is a very common practice in the ancient world. Yet I get homosexuals and others trying to justify sodomy, I guess, or at least denigrate this account in the other respect. That is what Noah or Lot was offering, his daughters. Pure hetero, right? If Lot has ownership of his daughters culturally, and according to the laws of this city in the time, and he wants to give them to men because he thinks they've lost their mind, they haven't seen a woman long, maybe they need direct connection with heteros, like emergency hetero hookup, right? To stop the sodomy from taking off. So this is much more culturally appropriate and understandable than just looking at it today in like a Western country like the USA, which in no way really understands or follows this practice. Some countries today do, and again, in the ancient world. But keep that in mind in case people who want to argue with you bring up, well, why is it good to rape the daughters here and it's bad to be sodomites? Well, because the daughters represent the hetero way out. The sodomy is only going to damage you, as we can show, according to medical science today.